Hello, and thank you for joining me for another video. Today, as you can see from this monstrosity in front of me, we're going to be doing a blue Hubbard squash. Alright, this is a good sized one. Maybe a little intimidating. They aren't easy to cut. But, this one I just scrubbed it off. Let me tell you, at my local farmer's market, I bought this for $2.50. I got two of them. You can't beat that. I mean, there's a whole lot of food in this. Okay, now, I don't know if you can see it or not, I have a cutting board under this to protect the countertop. Then there's a towel underneath that. That keeps it from moving, which you need, because this is hard to cut, and you don't want to cut yourself. You're a lot softer than this squash. Okay, what we need to do is cut it lengthwise so that we can bake it. We might have to cut the ends off a little bit. Except for this one, you want to cut off the stem. So, see how hard that is? Okay. Let's use a little bit of magic. Okay, I know what you're saying. Why didn't you just use magic to cut that? Because magic and knives don't mix. See, all I'm doing is driving it down with my hand. Not all that straight, but I'm still driving it down. There we go. And she's rolling away. Like I said, it's pretty stout. Alright. Now, this part can be a little rough. You may see things that you shouldn't do at home. Always use safety and your head. And don't pretend like you're someone out of a Halloween movie. I like to do that quite a few times all the way along it. You don't have to make the noise. And with any luck, you'll get it to split. Woohoo! Hit the hard spot. Alright. Let's do one more up here, and then we'll flip her around. Hear that? That's the sound we want to hear. Okay, we're getting there. Like I said, this is the hardest part of the whole thing. Voila. Okay. I can only do half of this at a time. So let's set one half out. Ugh. Okay, now. The place I get these from. Great place. I had found out by sending seeds to somebody. My seeds did not produce this year from this. But she told me, she was like, well, what is this? And she sent me a picture. So the seeds from these have gotten cross-pollinated. So, excuse me, think they're all still edible. The place I get them from grows a lot of different squash out in the same field. So what happens is they get cross-pollinated. So then when these seeds will grow, it may be different squash or crossbreeds. So if you want actually heirloom that's going to be the same, you'll actually have to buy seeds and start them yourself, and then just keep saving the seeds. And don't grow them by other squash. But I digress. Now, we want to clean all this out, get the fibery stuff out, just like you would a pumpkin. And if you've got, like, I don't know, chickens, like me, they would love this. But, alright, let me get that done. A little bit of magic. Okay, and done. With magic. Alright, so all the seeds are gone. Now, many different ways to do this. The way I did it last year was put olive oil on top, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, turned it upside down, and then baked it. But I hear that you don't have to do that. That you can just turn it upside down, put it on there, and bake it. And it will steam itself, so you don't need the olive oil or that. So we're going to try that. So we're going to put this on the pan, put it in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes to 70 minutes, depending on the size. This one's probably going to take right about an hour. Okay, let me get that done, and I'll bring you back. Well, that's done. So that took about an hour and 10 minutes to get from raw to scoopable. So, me and this ice cream scoop are going to scoop this out. It's cooled a little bit, but it's still pretty hot. Well, that's about it I'm going to get out of this one. I could scrape it even more. That's good. I could scrape it even more. No need to, because I'll give the rest of this, after it cools down, to the chickens. And they'll take some of it. I'm making it even more food for me. That's good. You may ask yourself, well, what are you going to use that for? Truthfully, I mainly use it for soup. I can put all sorts of stuff in squash soup and things that most people in this family wouldn't eat, and they eat it. I only have one who doesn't care for it. But I can put, they don't like mushrooms and lots of vegetables. I just puree them all up and make it into soup. It's good soup too, it tastes great. So that's half of it. The other half's in. I'll get it out. I will probably freeze all of this. I've got one more of these. That might just make it to the canning. So if I do can it, I'll bring you back for that. Okay, thanks for joining me for another video. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks, and I hope to see you on the next one.